When a giant stumbles, everyone in the bleachers feels the tremor. Every Warriors fan who's been paying attention lately knows this isn't just about losing a player. It's about watching a vital piece of the team slowly fall apart. The 2025 offseason was supposed to mark a new beginning, a final breath for a dynasty that still carries the weight of 3 Larry O'Brien trophies. But instead, what are we witnessing? Painful departures, cryptic interviews, and a roster that seems stuck in a loop while other teams only get stronger. Tracy Jackson Davis made a comment about Jonathan Kuminga during what seemed like a routine interview. It landed like a rock thrown at anyone still holding on to the belief that things are under control. Today, we open up and talk about Kuminga, Kevon Looney, the swirling rumors, and what pieces still remain before this team faces the coming storm. If you're a true Bleacher Warrior, you already know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. Every click is like a standing ovation in the final seconds of a close game. We push this team forward with heart, and no one here carries their frustration, hope, or passion alone. Whether you watched Run TMC, witnessed Baron Davis soar over Andrei Kirilenko in 2007, or only know the Warriors from the Golden Curry era, let's break this down together. During an off-season interview, Jackson Davis was asked about workouts, chemistry, and how rookies are adjusting. But when the topic shifted to Kuminga, his response came without hesitation. He was a great teammate. Was, in the past tense. That one word set the internet ablaze. Maybe it was just a slip. But in a team where Kuminga'S agent is the brother of GM Mike Dunleavy, every word carries weight. Kuminga doesn't have a new contract. As a restricted free agent, other teams can make offers, but the Warriors have the right to match. So far, there's been nothing but silence. And in that silence, Jackson Davis's words feel like confirmation of what's been whispered for months. Kuminga might be on the trade block. Now, with rumors about Jimmy Butler circling the Chase Center, the tension only grows. Butler would be the team's new centerpiece. Yet where does that leave Kuminga? He still needs touches, space, and minutes to develop. This is the question that won't go away. Are we about to watch another young, promising player walk away too soon? To understand why this stings, you have to remember how the Warriors built and rebuilt their identity. Before the Curry-Clay-Draymond era, the franchise was stuck in years of irrelevance. Back in 2007, when the Warriors upset Dirk Nowitzki's top-seeded Dallas Mavericks, it was historic. Baron Davis was a force, Stephen Jackson was a fierce leader, and Jason Richardson flew like a video game avatar. But what followed? Poor management, complete rebuilds, and entire generations of talent lost. Then came the Steve Kerr era. Andre Iguodala joined with doubters at his back and became Finals MVP. Sean Livingston returned from 3 knee surgeries to become a key piece. Kevon Looney, a late first-round pick, blossomed into an elite rebounder. It was patience and vision that brought the Warriors their greatness. That's why it's hard to let go of Kuminga. He's just 21, averaged 15 points per game, and plays with the drive of a seasoned veteran. It's easy to remember how people once overlooked Draymond too. But fear lingers. Fear of repeating mistakes. Like with Jordan Poole. The team invested in him, boosted his confidence, but when it mattered, he collapsed under pressure. The locker room fractured, and he was traded to the Wizards. Now, few even talk about him. Let's look at the numbers. Kuminga just wrapped up his 4th season, averaging 15.3 points, 4.5 rebounds, and shooting nearly 46% from the field. In several games, especially against the Timberwolves, he was the offensive spark when Curry wasn't firing. Looney might not grab headlines, but his consistency can't be denied. For 3 straight seasons, He's ranked in the top 10 in offensive rebounds. He gives you second chances. In 2022 against Memphis, he had 22 rebounds in one game. A quiet legend. Now, with Looney gone to New Orleans, who fills that void? Jimmy Butler is a proven star, but he's not the bruiser who battles under the rim. Kuminga could step in at the 4 spot, but Butler's arrival would likely push him out of that role. Other rumors mention Al Horford. He's a respected veteran and leader, but at 38, he can't carry the load for a full season. There's also DeAnthony Melton, a strong defender, but he won't solve the gap in the paint. Can we really believe these potential additions will replace what's being lost with Looney and possibly Kuminga? What's worse is watching the "we won't mortgage the future" promise turn into a reason for inaction. GM Mike Dunleavy stepped into this role with a mission: revitalize without tearing everything down. But so far, it feels like the team is just juggling too many fragile pieces. Every contract, every ego, every risk, it's all up in the air. Maybe Looney's departure was inevitable. Maybe Kuminga is the only meaningful trade chip we have to land a real game changer. But is that trade worth it? Think back to Kevin Durant. When KD joined, many felt the soul of the team was sacrificed. The rings followed, but the locker room turned toxic. When Durant left, the fractures remained. Is that really the path we want to walk again? Would you rather hold on to Kuminga and preserve the slow build, culture-first identity that made this team great? Or is it smarter to move him now, while his value is high? And what if nothing happens at all? What if the front office just rolls into the season with this roster as it stands? Tracy Jackson-Davis has potential, but he lacks Looney's size and experience. Draymond Green doesn't have the same fuel to anchor the paint by himself. If Butler arrives, he'll bring leadership and playoff fire. But Curry doesn't need more uncertainty. He needs a dependable frontcourt. Time is ticking. Curry, Klay, and Draymond are all nearing the end of their primes. If this core is going to make one last championship run, every move has to be precise. One misstep now could haunt this franchise for the next 10 years. Does this front office still have the sharp instincts that defined 2015? Remember how a single phrase can shift the entire conversation? If you could bring in a dominant big man today, who would you target? Is Looney's departure the biggest loss since Iguodala? Or Bogut? Can Kuminga still grow into an all-star in a Warriors jersey? Drop your thoughts below. Every memory you share keeps this fan base alive and connected. For now, Kuminga remains in limbo. Looney's already gone, and the Chase Center feels eerily quiet. The phone could ring at any moment, but will it be the right call? History shows dynasties don't collapse overnight. They fade slowly. Will this wound heal, or will it echo through the years?